Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Wilky and I'm here with another analysis. This is gonna be the analysis of the second round of the qualifiers I did for Nocts Wolves and Zero Cherry's Ultimate Shadow Solo Series tournament. We're still playing Shadow Arena. The main difference here is we're gonna be playing Badal, and without further ado, let's dive right into the first point of interest. So the first interesting part, it's a little bit more of a longer thing, so I'm gonna be speeding up this footage here at this point, because I essentially dragged out this fight with Blue Royal IT until Grace period ended. So essentially what you see me do here is I just wailed a bit at him, tried to deem how his gear is, who's doing what. We burned both of our Qs, so I know cooldowns were down. And essentially you can see me like wiggling around a little bit, deeming, or like trying to bait a bit of his potions out. He started healing, I started healing, because I was fairly content that I could get this kill in. So I waited until the grace period's over, because I knew that this is definitely a chance that I will not see as often. In terms of gameplay itself, there's not really any specifics that are like linked towards said hero or that matchup. It's just more of a general thing that I essentially blue balled him for such a long time until the very end, until I got the kill, because that secured me one kill, or that was the second kill in my whole qualifier series, plus it secured me some better gear and the advantage of having a little bit over an edge should I encounter more people. So the next point of interest here, I see these mobs running after someone, and there at the far end you can see that it's a Haru, and as usual I got the kill. I have a yellow offhand, so I'm relatively decent in terms of gear at this point, especially in terms of killing power. So I was like, alright, let's try and chase this guy. However, I'm not sure if he was not aware that I was behind him or if there was something else, but since he so graciously dragged the mobs for me, I killed a few things here. However, this is one of the few things that you should always be wary of. Soulmine did a very like a super good trap here, because I let off this guy in order to get the runes golem, and there he essentially waited with his invis and just proceeded to hack at me. And I was like, okay, he has yellow gear, right? So not only does he have yellow gear, he also has a blue defensive buff, which essentially is probably something along the lines of what I have in terms of defense, but he for sure has better gear than I have. So at this point, I'm definitely not having the edge. I got engaged on, I don't have Q on. I tried to retaliate a little bit, but I pretty much know that I'm not going to be able to kill him at this point. So I'm just trying to get as much damage in as possible here, do some more stuff here, Helix at the end, which kind of whiffed. Got hit there again, and this could have gone very bad here. So I was very close to death here. And you can see that I just barely escaped, and I did preserve my Q in the process. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Try to gauge how much damage you're going to be taking, because at this point, I guess this is more of a knowledge thing than anything else. First of all, I should have flashed out at this point, because the combo was over. There's no, even if I did land that Helix, there's absolutely nothing I could have done in that combo. So the only answer for him was to attack me afterwards, because I had no cooldowns and I couldn't really do anything. So he did a smart thing, he attacked me. I should have blinked out first one. But I knew that he kind of did a different combo there. And then I was keeping my finger on Q, because I wasn't sure if there was any more skills after the last auto hits that he would have used. I would have to Q out. Luckily, I did not have to Q out here. So just like that, the Shadow Lord, obviously I have to give it up. Not only am I super low, Solar Mind does have his PvE cramp, so there's absolutely no way for me to contest this one, and I do have to take a leave at this point. So this one sort of goes back into it, because I essentially just jumped away from the Shadow Lord, and greedy as I am, I was trying to stay close because I knew that there may be a chance for me to still kill him. However, I got hit by Finals in the background. He has a stamina crab on top of that, and I did not even see him, so that was a little bit of a failure on my part. I'm trying to circle around. The best thing, or the best option you have when going against an Orwen, is get something in between the Orwen and you. I did plaster a Helix here because I knew these guys were fighting, so third party as usual is a very viable and strong approach. And I knew I had Q up and a musket, so I definitely was looking to get at least one of these guys killed. I missed my Helix there. I saw one Q flying there. I got another Q from Solar Mind, and he decided to flash out and not proceed to attack. So I'm here as like, okay, I have Q, he doesn't have Q. I'm gonna be chasing him. So this is gonna be a chase around here. Not really anything much here happening. That was a little bit of a failure of engage. Finals still being here, so this could have gone either way. Not sure why my Helix missed there, but I was like, okay, we're gonna seal this deal with a musket because first of all, it secures me a kill. Second of all, I'm getting HP recovery and other shits, so I could have probably killed Finals at this point too, but I was like, alright, let's play the secure. I don't have any potions. I wasted my Q. I got 2 kills out of this round already, so this is probably as good as it can get considering my resources and how I played so far. But having 2 kills already in the game puts me in a relatively decent spot, and for my main goal for this qualifiers was get a bunch of kills so you can secure yourself in the tournament. So on to another point of interest in my fights. I was chasing behind Kalozka here, and seeing that he has a green arrow, I was like, okay, we're gonna get onto this guy. He burned his Q there. That was very aggressive here. I overextended with a flash, whiffed. This one here got punished. And now, as usual, what's king here, you can see a Jardine showing up. And I did a very fatal mistake here. I should have queued the moment I saw, I didn't know it was PN. But generally, if you see a Jardine behind you, and you see that spinning slash coming, you want to queue. And I queued too late, and you can see what happened here. Is I took a boatload of damage, which was absolutely unnecessary because at this point I still have like half HP, so it's like, okay, you can still win fights. I have a potion, so I'm gonna be around about 8k HP if I just back off. If I would have queued at this point and just legged it, but I didn't do it, and boom, I got hammered by that spinning slash down to 1800 HP. Now I don't know what kind of gear he has, and there's a bunch of things to keep in mind that this could have resulted in a kill. First of all, if the Urban that was there would have popped the DP debuff, I would take more damage. If Payan maybe had an offensive buff, worst case he would have an Ancient Relic Tower or Goddess Blessing, he would have probably killed me at this point. But I luckily managed to get out of this fight, but like I said, a very bad situation here. Get out of these sticky situations as quickly as you can, because there's no worse thing to get out of a fight without resources, because I only had 1 potion at this point, and Q recovers over time and potions don't. So while saving a 3-minute cooldown is always not a bad thing, in this scenario I should have queued earlier and just backed out. And there we are onto the last point of interest for this round. I got clipped here probably because of a delay thing here. Took essentially the full combo. Took some really good damage. For some reason his formation break whiffed here. And I do another fatal mistake, which is gonna be the last fatal mistake here. So I see, this was Chaos King in this scenario, but I see someone else showing up. I know I don't have Q up, I'm below half HP. There's nothing really I can do, right? Plus I don't have potions. So at this point, I should have just flashed out. This was the only thing I should have done as soon as I saw this guy here, because there's a lot of time to react. So we have this frame here, which is like, what, how much is it? At 10 minutes 43 seconds. So we have at least a good 2 seconds almost, where I could have just flashed out and avoided that fight altogether. But like I said, I did not decide to do that, or rather I was a little bit too greedy there at this point. And that was it for the second round. As usual, thanks everybody for staying here with me for this analysis, and maybe if I have the time to do the other 2 games before the final tournament, I'll squeeze them in. If not, I will see when I'll get them done. As usual, I will be streaming every Monday and other days as I announce them on my stream, on my YouTube videos, on Discord and on Twitter, so be sure to check those one out. As far as the rest goes, hopefully this was helpful and enjoyable maybe for some of you guys, and as usual, I will see you guys the next time.